Let's learn how to rhinestone tumblers. I'm going to show you the supplies you're going to need. So when you're ready to make your tumbler, you have everything that you need ready to go. You're going to need a tumbler of any size. You're going to need some rhinestones, and I suggest 2 packages of 1,400. You're going to need some glue, a rhinestone picker, optional a cup turner, and optional is precision tip glue dispenser. Now I put this chart up here for you to see. It may be a little bit difficult, so you can enlarge the video or just go back and re-watch it. But there's a bunch of different sizes of flat back rhinestones. This is very important. Make sure they are flat back rhinestones, and I use glass. The most common size is a 20. Now, being new starting out, you're going to need some glue, and I suggest is the Liquid Fusion Heavy Duty Resistant. And then here you can see a photo. These are the precision tip dispenser. So you'll take the glue and you'll put it into that dispenser, and then you'll fill it up and use that to glue your tumbler. Now for a tumbler, Stanley is very popular right now. I like to use the 20-ounce straight tumbler that are made of stainless, and I'm going to have everything linked down in the description so you make sure you get the correct item that you need. Now what I'm going to be doing is called a honeycomb pattern. There are other types of pattern, but this basically you're going to lay the rhinestones down in a straight line, and then as you work in rows you're going to butt the rhinestone in between the other 2 rhinestones as you work around the cup. Now, if you decide to add any kind of pattern, then you will use smaller rhinestones as fillers. And here you can see these are numbered 20. So you can see the size of them here. And then you can see in my little kit here, I have all different sizes. So they're different colors. And if I need to fill a spot that just isn't filling correctly, I can go in and grab some different size rhinestones. One thing you don't want to do is try to force the rhinestone in. So here I use the E6000 glue. So as you get more proficient, you can step away from using the Liquid Fusion. The Liquid Fusion takes a little bit longer to dry. And then you just saw a quick shot of the rhinestone picker. So here is my tumbler. I have sanded it. You want to use a 220 grit, and then I went ahead and just painted this one. I was doing something else with it. It's already painted, so not a big deal. So here I am. I'm just taking a bunch of the rhinestones I'm going to use, and the first thing that's really important is you need to get the base first row of rhinestones in a very straight line. So here I'm using the E6000. As I was saying earlier in the video, this is more advanced. This glue sets much faster. So as you get better at doing this, you can move to the E6000. So you want to place your rhinestone, and here you can see the picker. It has a hard pick at one end and then the wax on the other. You just press it down into the rhinestone, it picks it up, and then you place it down. You want to make sure that these are straight, and you only want to do 1 row. This is very important. And you're just going to pick them up one by one. And as you start learning how to do this, just do small sections. Don't put glue all the way around the cup. It's going to dry before you get to all of the glue that you had placed down. So it's good with the Liquid Fusion when you're just getting started. That glue takes a little bit longer to set up, but you have to be careful because there's a little bit more play. And you'll see in a second here, you can see how the rhinestones are kind of mushing around. So you want to line them up, make sure they are straight. And then what you want to do is take the cup and stand it up, and then I push the rhinestones down, So they're just touching the table, and you'll see here how much farther down they actually go. This is getting that first row started. So I'm just pushing them down, and I'm checking each time I kind of place a few rhinestones, and I only do a few at a time. And here I'm just checking, making sure that there's none slipping down, overhanging. And again, I just go back and forth, back and forth. And once I get the first row of rhinestones, I leave it alone. I set it just like I have it right there, and I leave it for 15 to 20 minutes. If you're using the liquid fusion, I suggest leaving it for about an hour. These have to set, they have to dry, and you cannot go on until that all sets. Otherwise, the rhinestones are gonna migrate. So I just take my time, and you can see here me working through it. So I finished the first row, and you can see now I'm starting the second row. So this is when you take your glue. This E600 can be very messy, but I like it. You just have to work a little bit quicker. Some people use like eyeshadow makeup brushes. I have a link down below in the description for those. They actually work really well, and then when the glue hardens, you can just throw them away. So here's a close-up, and I'm going to show you. You place the rhinestone and see you butt it up against the other two down below it, and that's called honeycomb. I'm going to make another video after this one showing the different types of rhinestone. So here again, you just place it in. I give it a little push, and then I always go back over the ones I already placed to make sure that they haven't slipped out. And you just continue to work your way around. Now, sometimes these rhinestones, you'll get all the way to the other side, finishing up a row, and you just can't get a size in between the last rhinestone and the first one. Like I said earlier, do not force a rhinestone in between. If you have, this is why you need to get a couple of different sizes. You want to get a smaller rhinestone and then pop it in there, and then you can't even see it, to be honest with you. At the end, you won't even notice it when all the rhinestones are placed. So here you just work your way. I've sped this up, so I'm going to let you watch this progress. You see the pink bag under there? I have a cup turner, but I just didn't feel like digging it out. So I just took a bag, and this is just nice to prop up the cup. You don't want to lay this on the table. It will move the rhinestones around. And honestly, while you're working with this, holding the cup after a long time, it starts to get a little tiring. So I'll just let you watch me do this, speed through the cup. So speeding through this, I ended up just grabbing a cup that I had completed a few weeks ago. I'm going to show it to you in 1 second. So when you finish your rhinestone, you're going to let your cup sit for 24 to 48 hours. So this is one that I did a couple of weeks ago. And you're going to take it and you're going to put it in warm soapy water. You're going to grab a good scrub brush and you're going to scrub the heck out of your cup. Don't worry, your rhinestones are not going to pop off if you set them down good. What you're doing is you're getting all of that excess glue off your rhinestones. So before, it's very dull because of all the glue, and you're going to you're going to scrub this down, and you're going to start seeing it get really sparkly because you're taking all the excess glue that was on top of it, and you're going to rinse your cup, and you're going to see how sparkly it is. And if you have a rhinestone that popped out, which very rarely, never happened to me before, so here's a close-up and you can see how nice and sparkly. And if you sit the rhinestones in, see, I have all different sizes. Mine says manifest that shit. This was a great cup. This took me a long time to make. But anyway, wash it, let it dry, and yeah, you're good to go. So this is how you make a tumbler, and I hope you like this tutorial. See you guys later.